Hello everyone, Warrior Angel here and welcome to the big channel update video, bigger than any I've done before. Now, this is something that has been on my mind a little bit for a while now, and I have talked about it in the last couple of videos I've done on the channel. It's also why I've taken last week and this week off, basically, so I can start sorting these things out. But basically, I've decided to try and make some changes to the channel. I want to overhaul it a little bit and smooth out some of the mistakes I've done, or at least I felt I've done, and basically improve the channel as much as I can, not just for you guys the viewers, but hopefully as an opportunity for it to grow as well. But for you, my current subscribers, this is what I'm hoping to do, is improve the channel and the content of it. So this particular video is just going to be about me talking about the changes I'm planning to do and my thoughts on them, while I've got some random game footage playing in the background. So if you're not interested, feel free to skip the whole video basically. Although I hope you check out the one that's sort of accompanying this, because that's your opportunity to pick out what's going to happen next on the channel a bit. But feel free though to leave a comment below with your opinions on these changes, because at the end of the day, no YouTube channel is complete without you, the viewers. And as you know by now, I've always appreciated hearing your comments, reading your praise for the videos, going through your suggestions. I've always appreciated having them, so please feel free to continue doing them, not just for this video, but for the future as well. Now, before I actually go into the changes, first things first though, I just want to make it clear that I am going to be keeping a few things the same, so don't worry about it, right? Things like the Total War Let's Plays are still going to be a big part of the channel, and it sounds like a minor thing, but in light of the changes I've been discussing, or I will be discussing I should say, this sort of stream of thought, like reading it, I got a rough idea what I want to talk about, but I'm just sort of going through with it, and it's pretty hard to keep track. But anyway, that's no different than usual, is it? But anyway, one of the things I want to make clear in light of some of these changes is that I'm still going to be playing games that I pretty enjoy. Now, I just feel that's something important to say, because it's like one thing that bothers me about some of the bigger YouTubers, like these popular ones, is that you can tell like some of the games they play, especially when it's like brand new ones and that, they don't like them, or they don't like the genres, they don't play those sort of games normally, or they don't know anything about it. It's just something they're playing because it's the new shiny game and they want to get the views. But I don't want to do that. I will be making an attempt I will be playing more current games basically. It doesn't mean I'm not going to pick ones I'm going to enjoy just to try and get people to watch them. At the end of the day, that's other videos. I want to keep the core of what my channel's about in terms of how I do things, and that's still pretty much the same. Just add to it and improve it. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me, so let's get on to the changes directly, shall we? So, number one is narrative let's plays and roleplay. Now, a few of you probably noticed by now, but I'm a big fan of narrative let's plays, and I really like this idea of creating your own story using a game. Now, I've even taken my first steps on the channel with my own narrative let's plays with things like the Phoenix Rises and the Tale of Two Cities, and one thing I found when I did those, I really enjoyed making them, and I've always regretted not actually making a step back. I've always wanted to do more narrative let's plays, and I've regretted not actually having the chance to finish them for one reason or another, but I do plan to sort that out in the future, but that's another thing. Anyway, narrative let's plays is something that I want to dedicate more time on and actually start developing into one of like the main areas of the channel, if you get what I mean. Like, I've got this large list of ideas to use, everything from Total War to even non-Total War games like Mordheim and XCOM and that, among others. So I've got plenty of options to do stuff. Now, I'm aware it's going to be more time consuming, and for those of you that follow the Total War Let's Plays, I know I've been talking a little while about I'm going to be starting one, I've got the footage and all that, and I did plan to, it's just I keep getting distracted with other ideas basically. But from now on, it is going to be a focus on the channel. It's something I do really want to embrace on here, and I want to put the time in and make them as good as I can. And while I might be starting off, since I'm coming into this after quite a couple of years absence, well, a couple of years, it's been about a year now I think since I did the Tale of Two Cities, but I really do want to make a good solid effort with them, so that's my general plan for it. And sort of leading on as well from the narrative Let's Plays is this idea of doing roleplay videos for games. Like, when you see people play Skyrim and actually roleplay the character themselves rather than just like be the third person commentating on it. Now that's something that's really appealed to me for some time, especially after I've seen some excellent role-playing videos. I think like Rycon Roleplays is one of my recommended channels I have on mine, and his Outlast and his Skyrim Let's Play with Leonidas is fantastic. I've seen Voices from the Dark Dude with his Gajor series, even Officially Devon with like The Perfect Crime when he was doing it as Sigfold. I keep wanting to say Siegfried for some reason, but no, it's Sigfold. And the Tinny stories when he's been doing like the Tinny of Truth with Napoleon in it. I think those are just fantastic, and I would like to try them out. Not sure exactly about jump into that sort of scale of immersion of expansion in that, but I would like to try and start things off slow, maybe try and do like one-offs or maybe small ones with things like The Long Dark, and expand out from there. And of course put the effort in to do things like learn the camera controls for Skyrim so I can and Fallout and that, so I can actually make a proper roleplay and make it good. So that's my sort of plan for this section, but I will make one promise though. I'll promise you this, there will not be any singing in the unforeseeable future. Now, I don't mind having a sing-along and what have you. I don't think I'm as bad as some of the people on X Factor. I mean, those of you that watch it in the UK and things like that, God, the ones that I have seen, I don't watch it. Apart from if it's on the telly in the background or what have you when I'm eating, but I've seen some bad people, and I know I'm not any good. So I'm going to leave the singing to the experts like Devin and things like that, okay? Anyway, so yeah, that's the big thing, narrative Let's Plays and roleplaying. The second thing I really want to talk about, and it's in a way it's sort of the bigger one in my opinion, because it's something I feel I need to change the most, and that is the type of games and the choice of games I've done so far. Now, like I said, I love the Total War series, and they're still going to be a part of the channel, but I know some of the other games I've done, the non-Total War side, well, they have not turned out to be that popular, to be honest. I mean, as an example, the latest Mass Effect episode I've got on the channel has had 2 views, and I know both of them were me. So, I don't know, I mean, whatever reason, maybe it's just because there's plenty of other Let's Plays out there. For some of the more recent ones, perhaps, I know big channels love grabbing the brand new ones, which is a thing because, they can actually afford to buy the new games and try them out. Or people have already played them, like Mass Effect has already been out for nearly 10-15 years at this point. So, yeah, it's about 10 years or so now since the last game came out. But yeah, those games didn't turn out to be as popular as I would like. But that was my mistake, like, just because I want to play these games, and I felt like, they are great games to play, maybe I forgot, well, it's not like I forgot, it's more, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's more like I feel like I haven't really taken you guys into consideration, that maybe this is something you might enjoy, or might not enjoy. So I will be making more of an effort at that, and be more thoughtful in a way about the games that I choose to play, the ones I feel you may enjoy. So they are just, I can't really give anything definite so much about that, but it's just going to be things like, you can expect to see newer games, I would say, for starters. More newer releases and things like that. I've now got a PS4 I managed to get as part of the Amazon Prime Day. So I look forward to, trying out some of the new, PS4 games and the good quality games from that as well. In fact, you'll probably see some of the footage I've been playing from Horizon Zero Dawn, and even a bit of The Witcher. I've just finished The Witcher 3, absolutely fantastic. I'm a big fan of the series, ever since I got my hands on number 1 years ago. So yeah, there's sort of things I would like to do on the channel in order to make them a bit more, hopefully anyway, more appealing for you guys and girls. But saying that though, a part of me still wants to have the older games appearing on the channel. Like, to my mind, just because a game is old, it doesn't mean it isn't any good. I mean, for example, look at the number of older games that seem to be remastered. You've got Homeworld, Resident Evil has recently gone through, remastering with the first episode and 0. Even Crash Bandicoot. Now, I am nearly 30. I'm 30 this year, in fact, okay, so maybe a bit on the older side of the typical Let's Player. But I remember when Crash Bandicoot came out in 1996, I didn't have a no, actually I did have a PlayStation, I just never actually got around to playing it. So my thing back then was wrestling games like WWF, and that's it, WWF Warzone, not WWE, that changed later. But that's the thing, these games came out like even a couple of decades ago at this point, and people still love them. You still got people arguing about which Final Fantasy's game's the best, taking into account there's number 4 came out nearly 20 years ago, number 6 came out in 20 years ago, and number 7, Final Fantasy 7, which I personally is my favourite, came out in 1997 if I remember right. So yeah, that's quite a few years ago. I've still got my old copy of Final Fantasy 7 on the PlayStation. I could probably sell that for a bit of cash. But anyway, so yeah, just because a game is old doesn't mean to say that it's not good, you know, without me rambling too much more. So what I'm thinking is maybe have a little section for older games, like maybe a mix of like one-off videos and some proper Let's Plays. I'll have them as something a bit different. I don't know, working title, I'm thinking something maybe like Blast from the Past, Dada Game, or Good Old Games, or, you know, the game corner, you know, the old game corner, I don't know, I'm thinking about something. But I'm thinking of it as more of an opportunity in a way to just showcase some of the best games from the older days, and allow me to have a bit of fun. I've already got 1 or 2 one-off videos I quite like the sound of doing, and it gives me an opportunity to showcase some of the ones that you guys may want to go out and buy yourself later on. Goodoldgames.com, GOG.com, great place to buy these if you want DRM-free games rather than just Steam. So anyway, that's the sort of the big chunk of this, so to speak. Number 3 is going to be the types of videos, and this one's going to be pretty quick compared to the others so far. Basically, not only do I want to do like narrative Let's Plays and normal Let's Plays, I just would like to try out and make some different types of ones on here. Like, one of the things I really want to try out and take advantage of my PlayStation 4 in particular is to start streaming. So I've got a Twitch account which I don't ever use, and I've got, of course, YouTube that I can stream onto. So what I'm thinking maybe once I get it all sorted is just have a nice relaxing one on a Sunday afternoon. You know, play something relaxing like Bloodborne or, you know, Mass Effect Andromeda or something. Maybe some Overwatch or something, I don't know. But just be an opportunity to really have a, you know, a bit of one-on-one chat with you guys as well. I fancy joining in the stream. I don't know, I'll think of something, I think. I'll have to work on it, but that's something I would really like to try out. And there's some other things as well I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more of on the channel. Just things like what I would call maybe let's tries. When you see people just trying out like some old, not old, some indie games. Like I remember, what's the thing that I've seen some of the people, like Eurogamer has done it recently. Dating Dad, isn't it? Dad Dating or something? Like that's a pretty, what looks like to be an indie game basically. Like it's not going to be a very AAA one, but it's something just to give out a try, and I wouldn't mind doing things like that. I also wouldn't mind doing some of the occasional vlog posts. Starting to lose my voice a bit here. To even try out the occasional vlog post when something interesting has happened in my life, or something related to video games or something. I don't know, I'll just have to see how it goes really. But I would like to do a bit more different types of content rather than just the like Let's Plays, so to speak. So okay, let's get on now. What's the last bit I wanted to talk about? There was 4 things. Hang on, that's it. Video editing. Well, at least that's what I'll call it. So what I'm thinking now is changing a little bit about how I actually make the videos. I've been talking about what content and I want to do and so on, but now I want to talk about how I'm actually making the videos. And there's just a few things I would like to do. Like for starters, after talking to like people in real life, I've been cutting there. I just lost my train of thought for a second. What am I saying? Yeah, sorry. It's the thing when you're trying to just remember everything that you want to talk about. It's just like, I'm trying my best not to ramble. Anyway, yeah. I'm talking to people in real life who have spoken to me about it. I've decided I'm going to be cutting the videos back to 30-minute long episodes instead of 40, apart from the hour-long specials I do. Like, I don't know, the fact that YouTube actually remembers your place feels like, I don't know, but people have told me they much prefer to see the videos of 30 minutes for some reason. Maybe it's just a round number. So yeah, I'm happy to do that. I'll want to put as well more time to editing videos, if that makes sense, like especially the non-Total War Let's Plays, like tidy them up, have a bit of jokey bits in and stuff like that. Like, and the way I do it is very quick and easy at the moment, and I do want to make more of an effort to improve the videos, and that's how I'm going to be able to do it as well for editing. There's going to be a couple of things over here and there, like I do want to use Facecam at some point as commentary in the future, some of the ones, but I'll have to get that sort of sorted out in the future thing. But the final big thing, I suppose, is I'll try and make these changes a little bit more better. I'm going to have to make these videos in advance, rather than just on the day before, what have you. Now, normally, I'll be honest, normally I make the videos either the day before they're due out. So today's Monday, would have been normally Attila. Now, I would either made it yesterday on Sunday, or I would have actually made it this morning. And that is a bit rushed sometimes, especially when you take into account having to actually make the videos and upload them. So what I'm going to try and do is maybe make them a couple of days, or in the case of the narrative Let's Plays, make them even a couple of episodes in advance, just so I can make sure they come out on time. And not only that, by doing them in advance, it will allow me to actually do the edits and things I want to do without thinking I have to rush them. It should hopefully improve the quality of my videos as well in the long run. So while I do that, just be aware as well that I always talk about the people's comments in my videos when I get them. So it may take an episode or two, okay? That's what I'm saying. So if you give me some advice, it may be in the next video, it might be in the one after that. But yeah, feel free, just to let you guys know as well. But is that everything now? No, there's one more thing I wanted to think about. Yeah, that was it. Like the final end of the video. So let me just start with thanks for sticking around to this point. I really appreciate it. But don't worry, it's just a bit longer now, and we'll be done, okay? I promise you. So the final bit really I wanted to talk about was what's going to be happening with like the current Let's Plays on the channel, what I'm doing. Well, you'd be happy to hear that I'm planning to pretty much continue with them all, apart from the Mass Effect series. I do have something in mind for something that's different to replace it, but I'll come to that in just a second. Now, the other thing I want to bring up though is what should be coming up on the screen somewhere about now as well. There's a link I should say to another video, sort of appearing that'll be uploaded at the same time as this. If not, I'll put a link in the comments or something. But basically, this is where you can pick out the next narrative Let's Play to appear on the channel. So feel free to go over, check out the options, vote on the straw poll, and I'll be very excited to see what you guys pick for what narrative Let's Play you'd like to see. As for like future games on the channel, what was the ones I had? That's it. So for starters, we've got the new Life is Strange is coming out next month. The prequel to the first season. It's called Before the Storm. It's coming out at the end of August. Now, I really enjoyed the first season when I covered it on the channel. Thought it was a great thing, even though I think the ending could have been a bit better. So I'm definitely going to be covering the prequel when it arrives in here. One game I want to look at, and I've seen some videos about it on the iPad, I think it's come out on, but it's coming out on the PlayStation 4 next month, and it's this remastered horror game called White Day, a labyrinth-named school. Now, it looks really, really good, and it's supposed to be one of the scariest cult classic games of all time, and it's been completely remastered for the Western audience, and for like localization and that. So I've already got that ordered for next month. It looks like it's going to be a very terrifying yet very exciting game. Hopefully I get the face cam as well, so you can look forward to seeing my reactions as it gets going. And finally as well, like I've got Middle-earth Shadow of War on pre-order. From what I've seen of the content so far, it looks fantastic. I do want to do that on the channel, and a possible option for like the Sunday stream or whatever I get to do is to maybe play the first game, Shadow of Mordor. So we can just go through it. It'll be on the 360, the Xbox, my PlayStation 4. So yeah, hopefully that'll be a nice easy stream for you guys, and it means I covered the game before I actually get on to the new one when it comes out in October. It looks absolutely fantastic, especially with the siege mechanics. So yeah, we're looking forward to doing that. We already got it on pre-order, so yeah, just looking forward to seeing how it goes. But yeah, is that everything now? Yeah, I think that's everything now. Yeah, that's definitely everything covered now. Okay, so before thing, if you've made it to the end now, thanks for sticking around. It's really, really appreciated. Right, so if you take the chance, go and check out the other videos so you can vote for the next narrative Let's Play. It will probably be coming back in like a few weeks then, maybe a little bit more, depends on the what I decide. But yeah, that'll be coming out. And videos will be back as usual next Monday. So it'll be, hang on, if I get my computer up, I can just double check the date. August 7th. That's it. August 7th, videos will be back as per usual. So that's it. Yep, that's everything now. But so I've not taken up too much of your time. I'm rambling a bit at the end. So just go. Make a cup of tea, make a cup of coffee or something. Just enjoy the rest of your day or whatever's left by the end of this video. Thanks very much for watching. I hope to hear from you guys soon. Bye for now.